Hi guys, today let us study about the curvilinear motion of the particles. Well, what is circular motion? When a particle moves in a circle with constant speed, then the motion is known as uniform circular motion. Now let us see some terms related to the circular motion. First, angular displacement. Well, the total angle which is traced by a particle with respect to its original position along its circular path is known as angular displacement. This is measured in radians. Next, angular velocity. Well, the rate of change of the angular displacement with respect to time is known as angular velocity. This is expressed in radians per second. Hence, angular velocity can be written as angular displacement divided by time, that is d theta divided by dt. Also, the relation between angular velocity and the linear velocity is given by v is equal to r omega, where v is the linear velocity, r is the radius of the circular path with which the object travels, and omega is the angular velocity. Next, angular acceleration. Well, this is defined as the rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time. This is measured in radians per second square. Hence, angular acceleration alpha is given by angular velocity divided by time, which will be equal to d square theta by dt square. Also, the angular velocity omega can be given by 2 pi n by 60, where n is the speed, that is the rpm of the object, and also linear velocity v can be given as pi dn by 60. As we have studied in the previous chapter about the equations of motion in a straight line, similarly we have equation of motion between curvilinear motion of particles, and they are given by omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t, theta is equal to omega naught t plus half into alpha t square, and omega square minus omega naught square is equal to 2 alpha into theta. Next, we move on to the concept of superelevation. Well, in daily life scenarios, we see that whenever there will be a change in the direction of the roadways or railways, then circular curves are introduced in the roads to get a smooth change over the direction. This is done because a person moving in a vehicle along a curved path will experience an outward pull due to the centrifugal forces. Hence, to avoid undesirable conditions such as skidding and overturning of the outer edge of the vehicle, the raising of the outer edge of the roads above the inner edge by certain amount is known as superelevation. This is also called as banking in roadways and cant in railways. The amount of elevation will be decided upon the speed of the vehicle and the radius of the curvature of the road. The advantages of providing superelevation is that sliding, skidding and overturning can be prevented, higher speeds can be permitted on curved paths, wear and tear of the wheels is also reduced. Now, what is centrifugal and centripetal force? Well, when a body moves in a circular path, the direction of the velocity is continuously changing. Hence, the particle will experience an acceleration towards the center of the circle, and because of this, the inertial force will act radially in the outward direction. This inertial force is known as centrifugal force. Similarly, the inward external force which acts along the radius of the circle at every point directed towards the center of the circle is known as the centripetal force. Hence, the centripetal acceleration A is given by v square divided by r, where v is the velocity of the moving object and r is the radius of the circular path. Also, the centripetal force, which will be equal to the centrifugal force, is given by wv square by gr, where w is the weight of the body, v is the velocity, r is the radius of the circular path, and g is acceleration due to gravity. Next, let us look on the conditions for skidding on the roads. Well, skidding depends upon the frictional force between the tires and the road surface. Hence, the condition for skidding on a level road is given by v is equal to mu gr, where mu is a term called as coefficient of friction. Similarly, conditions of skidding for a banked road is given by v is equal to root of gr into mu plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu tan theta, where mu is the coefficient of friction between the wheels and the surface and theta is the angle of superelevation. The expression for superelevation, that is E, is given by v square into b divided by gr, and for rails it is given by E is equal to v square g divided by gr, where b and g are the width of the pavement and the distance between the rails respectively. Thank you.
Wow, that's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live magazine videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at ClassFly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.